Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it K24 this morning. As always, we do appreciate your company. My name is Shiko Kaitani. And as always, we are looking out for your feedback and, of course, your salams on our social media platforms. You can catch us as at K24 TV on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you prefer to actually text us, go ahead. 21222 is that SMS number. So our social hour is here with us, and we've got a very interesting discussion lined up for you. Actually, very timely, if you ask me, as seeing how December is here. Now, are you one of those people who say the car knows its way home after a night out? Well, we are talking to you this morning. Yes, we laugh when we see funny clips of drunken drivers getting caught, but do we fully understand the risk we put ourselves and others in when we drink and drive? Actually, when we talk about perfect timing, just so you know, today is actually a Friday, given that tomorrow is a holiday. So it's perfect that we're having this discussion. Now, as we start to talk about responsible consumption, allow me to welcome my guests today. We do have EABL's Corporate Relations Director, Eric Kiniti, who's here with us today. They will be telling us how, what they're doing rather on the ground to preach the message. Welcome, Mr. Eric. Thank you. We also do have David Kiarie, who is the chairman of the Road Safety Association of Kenya. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so good to see you both. And we're going to start talking in just a second. But for our viewers at home, we're asking that question: are we doing enough to actually curb the drinking and driving on our roads? When we say we are trying to avoid some of these things, this is what we're talking about. Take a look.
Nilienda kunywa pombe na ni obvious mimi nakunywanga. Hiyo ni obvious. Lakini kama wakawa wananiseti. Mimi pombe nimekunywa siku mingi. License nilichukua 2005. Saa hii ndio mistake nimetokea. It's about gapi? Miaka gapi? 2005. Na ninaendesha gari. Ni leo. Na sijawahi shikwa na makosa ingine. Sino more. Sina.
Weka gari hapa. You too drunk to drive?
Have your bag now. I can. He can. And take me.
Kama balloon. Vile wewe unapuliza nini balloon?
Na wewe usifanye hivi tu.
Siingize hiyo kitu yote kwa mdomo.
Usifikishe hapa hivi.
Give me the two thing.
When you catch me like a rat on the highway, I've been driving for over 20 years, then you come and you talk very big nonsense to me. It's actually does not make eye up. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your good time, because that is where you go.
Unafikiri utakuwa famous?
Si ukuwa famous na hiyo maneno unaongea wewe. Wacha nifanye kazi yangu.
Serikali zinachagua Jubilee, huku tuko kwa Kafoa na tumetoseka.
Tupeleke mahali mnataka tupeleke. Tumeua nani? Stop nonsense.
Now, let me tell you, I'm sorry, like, I'm cracking up just watching those clips. But gentlemen, this is what we're talking about. Yeah. It's funny, but it's not funny.
True.
We have so much fun. In fact, these are some of the clips that are highly, searched on online, on YouTube. But let's talk about what is regarded as irresponsible drinking. Maybe, Eric, you can take that for us.
I think watching those clips, it's all fun and games until you cause an accident and injure someone or kill someone.
Right.
And for us, what is responsible drinking is drinking and then getting behind the wheel. Because we believe, as a company that's at the forefront of driving responsible consumption of alcohol, that you should not consume alcohol and get on the wheel.
Right.
You should have made a decision by the time you're going to the bar, how are you going to get home, take a cab, get a designated driver, and ensure that you do not cause harm to other road users. Even though you think that your car knows its way home, you're never fully in control of that car because alcohol impairs your judgment.
Right. David, this perception that we have that, by the way, you had that man. I've been driving since 2005. Sijawahi pata makosa, ama sijawahi cause accidents until today.
What I want to tell you, we had such discussions 2014 in US when they introduced these laws about drinking. They were complaining. But now think about drinking and driving. When you are drinking, automatically judgment comes out. Concentration is not there. When you drink, even your eyesight. And what people tend to forget is that you will kill another person. You will injure a pedestrian, another driver, because of your habits of drinking and driving. That's a belief that I drink, my car no home. One day, one time, something can just happen whereby your concentration is not there. Your judgment is not there. You will cause death, you will injure somebody else, and you will also yourself be injured or killed.
So that belief that I am an experienced driver, it can't happen to me, needs
we
to
have
end.
seen drivers who have caused accidents and they started driving long time ago. So with a car on the road, driving is that concentration at that particular time. Because what will happen that particular time is not what has been happening the other time. Anything can happen. So concentration is what is safe driving.
All right. I suppose this does really put you on the spot because it's kind of like a catch-22, you know. You are part of a alcoholic beverage company, and at the same time, you must promote responsible drinking. What are some of the concerns that you have?
I think for us, it's about how do we drive behavior change. And one of the things we're trying to do is encourage our consumers to understand the impact alcohol has on your judgment to drive. And how much you should take actually before you can get on behind the wheel. And for us, we say you should not drink and drive completely. So the minute you decide to go to a bar or to decide to drink at home, please don't get behind the wheel. Right now we are running a campaign as we go to this season. We are running a campaign called Join the Pact, where we are trying to ask people to pledge that they will not drink and drive, and also they will also be talking to other people who might be their friends, their relatives, who might be getting behind the wheel to not drink and drive. So if you're hosting a party in your house, ensure that the people coming to your house are not going to leave your house when they're driving. Let them organize for them cabs, organize for them a designated driver who's not consuming alcohol, to ensure that they come to your party and get home safe.
Okay. All right, let's rope in our audience at this particular time. We actually want you to weigh in on this discussion. You know, December being here, tomorrow is even a holiday. What are some of these pledges that you're going to make? Because you've just had Eric. What we're trying to get is for, or at least what they're trying to get is for people to actually, you know, commit to that, to say, I am not going to get behind the wheel if I am drinking. And so even with that, are we also doing enough as a nation to go ahead and curb this drinking and driving that we have on our roads? Talk to us. 21222 is that SMS number. Remember, K24 TV on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is how you can send in your feedback. Or if you prefer to call in, the numbers will be at the bottom of your screen. We would love to hear your voice and even some of your experiences right there on the road. Share with us today. Would love to hear it. Getting back to you, Mr. Kiarie, there's one thing that actually did pop up as we were coming up with this discussion. And when you think about the statistics, am I right or am I wrong when I say men largely participate or partake in this whole act of drinking and then driving? Is there an ego factor tied into this? Because mwanaume anasema, ai, what was the point of getting the car? I can drive myself home. You know, the man needs the car to go pick up the lady. He needs to, his friends need to see the car as he's driving into that local. And dance over here for a second. What do you think?
I think what you're saying is very correct. Because even if you see, the last report was that many men die compared to women because of that ego. If you count the number of people, if you enter in these places where people want to enjoy, you will find men are more. And men tend to think that they are perfect in everything they do. You think that now I bought a car, I'm free to drive it the way I want. I want to show my girlfriend that I can drive. I want to show my friends that I can drive while I'm drunk. But what you are saying is things can happen whereby we can lose you, or you can cripple yourself.
Right.
So the thing is that it is the whole world. It is something which is known worldwide that drinking and driving is dangerous.
Right.
So we as Kenyans, we must change our culture. Our attitude must change towards this.
Right.
Because what I'm saying to my friend is it does not mean that it is wrong to go and drink.
Yeah.
You go and enjoy, do whatever you want to do, be happy, but make sure that that time you want to go home, you can either use a Uber, and tomorrow you'll find your vehicle safe, because also it is very expensive. Even if you count the amount of money you use when you're drinking, and the damage which will be caused, how much money you're going to lose, even if you're not injured.
Right.
But count the amount of money you are going to repair your vehicle with.
Right.
It's a lot of money. We waste a lot more than what we were thinking we were going to drink.
Okay.
Maybe you just drink 1,000, and then you just have damage was 20, 40,000.
Right.
So it is important, and it is good for viewers to understand. We are not saying that drinking is bad. No, we are not saying that. Go and enjoy yourself, but make sure that you don't go behind that wheel when you're drunk.
Do you have a challenge, by the way, as a brand to actually change men's perception as to how they should drink responsibly? Because how will you change a man from saying, okay, here are the keys to my VX or my whatever, and you know what, I'm going to find myself in a chap and I'll go home. Do you struggle with that in speaking to men?
So not really, and I think it's not really a problem affecting men. I think it cuts across the entire population, and particularly people living between the ages of 18 and 34,
right? Which
are the most productive people in the economy, if you can imagine. But one of the things that we're trying to do is how do we communicate to them in ways that they can understand.
Okay.
So it's about driving peer behavior. So it's about me telling my friend, I don't think you should drive.
Right.
I think you're drunk. Let's leave your car here. Let's take a cab, and we can pick the car tomorrow.
Right.
One of the other things we are doing is also working with the bar owners through the association, that's the Pubs, Entertainment and Restaurant Association of Kenya.
Right.
In terms of communicating to their patrons, because they are the people who are close to them. They see them every day, and they'll be like, yeah, you've had too much.
Right.
We'll organize a cab for you.
Yeah.
We're also partnering with Little Cab with their new platform called Drive Me, where they can organize for a driver for you to pick you from that outlet and drive you home in your own car. Yeah. Because I know one of the issues people have had is my car safe? Is it?
Yes. So the safety issue is it.
So I think now that will be covered by using this platform, and I think we can be able to change behavior one person at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So even as we talk a little bit about trying to understand what's going to be on our roads, I was just speaking to an NTSA official. Unfortunately, they couldn't be part of this discussion this morning. But one of the assumptions is that NTSA will be back on the roads, and many people don't really understand what the situation on the ground will be. Maybe as part of the association, you probably have your ear on the ground as to what ideally takes place during the festive season. What can I expect on the roads from what you know, David?
I want to say that everybody knows that NTSA were removed from the road, and they do what you call policy making. But during this time, I know most of people will be surprised because NTSA work closely with the police. And this time during this Christmas, they are planning what we call proper crackdowns, particularly to the drinking or people who are driving while they are drunk. Yeah. So what I want to tell Kenyans is that make sure you don't enter any road when you're drunk, because you will waste all your time, your holiday, your happiness in jail.
Yeah.
That is one thing I want to tell them for sure. Right. This time, things are not as normal. When people are saying Akoblo has been removed on the road,
ati tuko sawa,
sasa tuko sawa, tutakunywa. I want to tell you, my friend, be careful, because it will be very wrong during this festive season when people are enjoying boozy, nyama choma, you are enjoying it in jail. Yeah. It will be very bad for you.
Absolutely.
Because there is no country in this world which will allow its people to die. Every government is to protect its people. Yeah. And one way of protecting our people, we have known that when you drink and drive, you cause accident even to other people.
Okay.
So this thing must stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just stop you there for a second because I understand we've got Peter all the way from Kisumu watching in. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yes, I'm also grateful for the chance.
Yes, go ahead.
I just want to make a small contribution concerning a responsible and irresponsible drinking.
Right, yeah.
And as far much as driving is also concerned, I would love to say that when it comes to road and driving,
yeah,
there can never be either responsible or irresponsible drinking. Because this is something that is claimed so many lives, including even most of my relatives.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear that.
Yes, so there can never be either any responsible drinking or irresponsible. As long as you drink and that drink impairs your judgment, then the implications are very easy. Things like causing accident on the road, or even something coming to take. For example, the vehicle you go to hit maybe a pothole, then it takes you off the road. You get an accident that will take away your life.
Right.
So that is so this is something that is that I don't know how we can forbid it, but there can never be either responsible or irresponsible drinking, because even the government itself doesn't have measures of establishing for how many, maybe to what extent should somebody drink or and drive.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Peter. Thank you. I understand we've got Kagwema also on the line.
Hello?
Yes, Kagwema.
Yes, Chico Kaitani, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
You look nice, I'm okay.
Thank you.
There are those two wonderful gentlemen there on the TV,
Yeah.
And I want to contribute and say that, men drink, men who drive vehicles and cause accidents when they are drunk, actually are just motivated by what you call the ego. You talk about the ego,
Yeah.
The ego, as far as men are concerned, is actually there. And about the hormone testosterone, men operate from testosterone level.
Yeah.
The macho image, they want to be adventurous. And I think the way forward is to be aware of what is happening to themselves, okay?
Right.
That you don't have to drink so much and drink carelessly and cause accidents to prove that you are a man.
Yeah.
Masculinity is not about causing accidents and being adventurous for wrong reasons, okay?
Right.
There is tomorrow, so they need to drink. We need to drink as a man. Personally, I don't drive when I'm drunk, although I don't drink too much. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So it's important to let them know that they should not be led by the hormones in the body that and they end up causing accidents. They have rights. They have other people to look at, and there is future ahead. Otherwise, those two gentlemen are doing a good job.
Yeah.
And I recommend a steep penalty for those who cause accidents. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Just this year, a Kiambu court had made a landmark ruling decriminalizing drunk driving. And this is an article that I actually found online. And if you actually don't know what happened, is that the court threw out the case because the police could not prove that the gentleman behind the wheel was drunk. And so pretty much what they are saying, or at least what this magistrate said, is that even if someone has actually gone as far as drinking, but as long as they can prove that they can control the vehicle they're in, then that is not something to charge someone for. Your thoughts, and even just adding on to what callers have said, for example, the previous gentleman, Peter, that our government isn't really doing enough to really, so to say, charge or at least putting fines in place. I don't know your thoughts on that. What would you say?
I think driving is a personal decision.
Yeah.
And I don't think the law has to come into play to tell you when to drink and when not to drink and drive. I think it should be up to us as individuals and as Kenyans to agree that you should not drink and drive. Period. Whether there's a law, whether there's alcohol, whether there's any ruling on anything, I think we should make a personal decision that we won't and will not let our friends also drink and drive. So I think it's not a matter of debate as to whether there's a law or whether there's no law. I think it's just common sense that you should not get behind the wheel and drive when you're drunk.
David, what do you make of that? Because this case really did stand out from what you'd normally see. This magistrate threw out this case because the police could not prove that this person was drunk, yet they are the ones who arrested him, didn't they? And they said he was drunk. So are we going easy now on the drinking and driving?
Let me say, in this country, we have been having this problem in our judiciary. It has been a big problem. Because even sometime on Thika Road, some people were arrested, but they were just released because the magistrate wanted to release them. In some ways, as a Road Safety Association, we were trying to follow and know what is exactly happening. Who are these people who drink at night? One, and this is why even that case in Kiambu went that way, a very high-profile judge was arrested on Thika Road one time, and he was taken even to court. And this thing did not go very well with the judiciary. And what we say is that it does not matter which position you are in. It is very clear that the content in your blood, and here in Kenya we are allowed to have a 0.06, that is about 2 bottles or 3 of beer. And what it is there and what has been proved is that even 0.02 will change the way you think. That one beer you should not even drink when you're driving. Because imagine how your body works. When you drink, the consumption of alcohol gets into your blood within 30 to 1 hour. It is inside your blood. What does it happen in your body? You have to have, you start, you can't see well, you start thinking high things and other things, and that is the reason why we drink. Because we want to feel that feeling. But that feeling is not comfortable when you are driving, because even the judgment and everything. So what I want to say is this: forget about Kiambu, come to all the world, all over the world. Nobody allows drinking and driving. And what is there and what we proved as the association, most of our judges in this country, they are involved in drinking. And when we talk of drinking and driving, most of these alcohol were being done at night. And this is the time these highly profiled people go and drink. And this was one main reason why NTSA was removed on the road. Because they really tampered with these people, whereby they are playing with their whatever, and they believe that they are the people who are who have everything in this country.
All right. So let me stop you there so that we can take a quick commercial break and then get back and listen to some more, especially from the chairman of the Road Safety Association of Kenya, and of course his work on the ground. David Kiarie is here with us. We also do have EABL's Corporate Relations Director Eric Kiniti also in studio with us. We'll be back with more. But continue to interact with us on our social media platforms and tell us, are we even doing enough to curb the drinking and driving on our roads? And even for you, are you going to make that pledge this holiday to not get behind the wheel? Talk to us. We'll be back.